What I want to talk to you about today is how are you going to post your paper anonymously into the discussion forum. You do not have to submit anything through Cengage this time. I want all submissions to go through the discussion forum. And I'm going to take you through the process of getting there. Go to Blackboard. There's a sign in. I've already signed in. You can go to any course, any of my courses, because they're all going to say the same thing. You will be seeing an announcement going out soon dealing with the peer review. But if you go to the collaboration and discussion forum, instead of going to collaborate, go to the discussion board. The top forum you should see is the peer review forum. In here, I've got a couple of things posted already with my name on it. One is just discussing the peer review process in very short terms. The second one explains the anonymous posting. You go to the anonymous checkbox below the content area. We're going to look at that in just a moment. This describes what you need to do if you forget. I want everything to be anonymous. So when you go to the peer review forum, you're going to hit create a thread. And the subject can be hello. You can either copy and paste into this content area, or you can attach your page, your paper. Remember, 1 to 2 pages, 2 max. 1 page is good enough. And you're going to select post anonymously. Now there's another thing that is available here that normally isn't available. Go back to where it was. I'm going to go to this new thread, create it one more time, peer, and then just hello. And post it anonymously. Hit submit. That's what you'll see. But here's something different. In the past, you can't go, once you submitted something, it was there. This one is people review your paper and you see, well, I can make these corrections and it looks better. You can now go in there as the author and you should be able to edit what you posted. Hopefully this allows it to be a process that somebody will say, well, should have had a period in the hello. Okay, I put a period in the hello. You can submit it, and now you have the period in the hello. Or you should have had a comma or an exclamation point or parentheses. It doesn't matter. You have the ability to edit your post. You can also, if you're posting a comment, so if you're going to go here, say, they think you meant hello in a different way, like you were lost and you say hello. So they can say, all right, that's the way I think it should have been posted. And they can post anonymously as well. They can submit here. So now they have this post, and then they think about it again and say, oh, no, I want to edit that. So not only can you can't edit somebody else's work, you can only edit your work or any statements that you have. Now, you can add an attachment, delete an attachment, you can modify the paper and put it back in there. I would highlight anything you changed so they can see that you changed it. But I want it to be a communication process where we improve the paper. We don't just post it and walk away. I want to see something happening. So to get full credit, you have to discuss at least 3 of the peer reviews. Papers. And it has to be substantial. It can't be, I love your font, or great idea. I want more than that, more substantive comments. And it may be you find nothing wrong. Well, tell them, I read through the paper, I really enjoyed it. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. Yeah, great job. That's an acceptable post. But you don't want to post the same thing 3 times either. So don't just type something up, copy it, and copy and paste, copy and paste. I will not be involved with this peer review process unless somebody says, well, that's stupid. Are you an idiot? If I start seeing things like that, it won't take me long to see them because I will continually look. I will hide that quote, and then I'll private message the author, because you can be critical without being cruel. And sometimes you just think it's something funny. But before you hit that submit button, look away for a few minutes, then look back at it and say, how would I take this if somebody sent it to me? So you can critique and still be kind. And that's about the state of the process and how it's going to work. Like I said, you do not have to submit to Montab. You're only submitting to Blackboard, the discussion forum, in the peer review thread. Now that we know how to submit your paper anonymously, I want to go through the peer editing process because it can be fun for you and educational as well. So let's go through the process. Like I said, it can be fun. It's educational. You can have varying levels of skills reading and editing your paper. So just keep that in mind when you read the comments. But even if you're not sure if they're correct, make sure you read through your submission and see what or if there's something there that is difficult to understand. Clarity is important. There are 3 steps to peer editing. First step is compliments. You don't have to be cruel. 2, make suggestions. Just don't say something doesn't look right. Make a suggestion. And 3, write down your corrections. And that'll deal more with the grammatical and the spelling and so forth. The first rule of peer review is stay positive. Remember, you're helping them and you're helping yourself, because you're going to read some papers, you're going to see mistakes that the other individuals are making that may apply to your paper as well. And hopefully whoever's reading your paper will give you the same positive feedback. You can write something like, you love the topic. It's an interesting topic. There's a lot of things you can say to compliment the writer and make sure that they feel comfortable allowing you to read and making comments to their paper. Suggestions. Give this author specific ideas and say, instead of writing it like this, maybe if you added this word or removed this word or changed a word, it would have been a better choice and would have provided clarity to the paper. Here's some areas that you can look at. The word choices. What did the author mean? Did they say to, T-O-O, or T-O, or T-W-O? Make sure you check all the words as you read through the process. Use details, for example, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. Organization. How well does the paper flow? I know you're only getting the first page or maybe the second page at the maximum, but how does it flow, or how are the transitions from one paragraph to another or one sentence to another? Are the sentences too long? Do they just run on? I've seen them, one sentence run half a page. That's not good. We need to make sure they're short, precise, and to the point. And the topic, does the author stick with their thesis? If you're only looking at the first page, you may see them transition into the first paragraph. But make sure there's a clear transition that you can see where the author is going with their paper. If it's 2 pages, you'll see you should have absolute clarity of what the author is intending to research and analyze. Making the corrections. The third step in peer editing is making the corrections. Spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, mispunctuation, capitalization, all those are things that you should be able to pick up in the peer review. If you already see someone's made comments about those missing items, you can just agree with the other reviewer or your other peer. But make sure that it's documented somewhere. If you see where they've missed capitalization, or there's punctuation errors, please let them know. Now, we have people that have completed their literary classes. We have students that are taking RISE in English. The punctuation, I think when you read your paper with its corrections, pay attention to the punctuation. Someone that's at the lower level of their Englishes may be incorrect, or they may just miss something. Make sure you identify every grammar error you see. Even if you think it's wrong, make a statement that you think it needs a comma or it doesn't need a comma or semicolon. And then the author is going to have to determine if you're right or wrong. Stay positive. Be specific. Don't be vague on your statements toward their paper. And complete all 3 steps. Compliments, suggestions, and corrections. Don't just stop and stay positive and give vague answers or suggestions. Complete all 3 of these steps and you will have a good peer review process. And you will enjoy it. I'll see you in class.